This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 873. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest toy and action figure podcast going back to the 1990s. If you're listening to pre-show at the very end, I talked about how an experience in the 1990s still shapes what I do today. So, if you're a patron, patreon.com/tfradio, you can listen. It's worth it. It's a good deal. Do it. With me this week, we have Chris. Speaking of Patreon.
I was going to say, what else do our patrons get as a premium for their patronage?
You get content early. Patrons at the touch tier get to be on, I was going to say History on the Fives. You get to be on There Goes My Money. And it sounds like you recorded the new one this week.
We did.
Yeah, sweet. Can't wait to hear it. I genuinely, really, really enjoy it. And the last episode, with the second episode you did, but the last one that I heard, was just about perfect. It was a really great episode. So excited. Also, Rob.
Hello.
Don.
Hello.
Matt. What? Just
Salutations.
Just Don.
And contrary to apparently what's been going around, I'm not dead. I don't know.
I don't know that anybody actually said you're dead. Manny
Okay.
in our Discord, tfradio.net/discord, said our friends at TFYLP said you were dead. So, I don't know.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so...
Manicura in our Discord is also asking where are the patron collectible host cards.
I need to print them.
Sean's also been asking for tote bags.
I need to do tote bags.
Who are we, ARP?
Wait, are there actually tote bags?
No, then there's diecast. Diecast is your tote bag.
Well, we'll never get rid of them now.
There, true. So diecast card, actually, as far as the Patreon host cards, diecast card is the only one that actually got printed. I need to print the rest. And I think I mailed those out.
Never got mine.
Oh. I printed 500 of them, so you'll get some. Yeah.
Or just go look in a mirror.
Yeah, that's true too. So what do we want to talk about? There's like breaking news, like right before the show. Hypershouta shared it. Did you put
What news is for Thursdays?
Yeah. Hasbro is doing like a Transformers live stream Thursdays for the rest of the month. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Starting tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that Hasbro has it out for us, but typically we've had a pretty good relationship with Hasbro.
Yeah.
Like I was saying in the pre-show, though, I have been saying, like, don't buy stuff for, like, the last several months. So maybe they are doing it to spite us. Hey, let's start with the Omega Prime update. 17,404.
Give or take. I put that in there like an hour ago.
Yeah, so.
No additional free stuff yet, Don.
And you're not going to get any.
Hey, well, 2 of those are mine. I went ahead and backed 2 of my 3 today.
Nice.
We have, 8 days left at this point?
Yeah.
I guess I'll back it again.
Yeah, the 14th of March, I believe, is the cutoff date.
Also, I don't want to lend credence to the idea they're going to throw in some extra thing, but
'Cause they're
like
not.
I believe with Deathsaurus, the extra Micromasters were not announced until after the backing period had ended already.
Yeah.
So even if there was going to be something like that, we probably would not hear about it in time to have extra backers sign on
Don,
for it.
Just so you know, that's leaving money on the table.
And we're still a long way away from Deathsaurus numbers here, too. So
Correct.
Yeah.
I still think it will hit 20,000 by the time it ends.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I still think we're going to get something that makes better use of those stands than just being a pair of stands.
I don't.
I don't.
Nah.
But it's been a very good performing HasLab and very worthy of being the 40th anniversary.
Nah, I can't agree with that. But
I'm just trying
We
to
did
stir up
this
the hornet's
before.
nest again.
I just don't get the argument that it has nothing to do with the 40th anniversary. That just is ridiculous.
I just
to
don't
me.
care.
Yeah, I don't care. And it's
I've
ridiculous.
never seen one that's like kept gaining backers this steady.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it is a very
Like it
consistent.
usually comes in bursts, but this is like, we've had like 1,000 more every week.
Been pretty good.
Ron Friedman is battling cancer, and there's a GoFundMe. We'll have that linked in our show notes at tfradio.net/ 873. So, good luck to Mr. Friedman. Yeah, Hasbro social media announces weekly reveal streams every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Yeah.
RFC records on Wednesdays.
Wednesday night, yeah. Which means
I'm not saying I feel targeted here, but it's aliens. Wait, I think I'm mixing my metaphors.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we could always just, change what day we do the show for this month.
Sometimes I've really thought about suggesting that just because of how often news seems to hit on a Thursday afternoon instead of a Monday or a Tuesday, let's say.
do we think maybe we'll see Grimlock and Shockwave go up with these?
The pre-orders gotta go up sometime.
Well, I think we're probably going to see the Walmart capsule stuff tomorrow, since it's the preview for Walmart Collectors Con tomorrow as well.
That's true.
Well, there you go.
I just want to say in our Discord, Miguel's like, "Oh, good, I didn't miss that. This isn't 40th worthy part of the podcast." I thought that was funny.
Don't worry, man. I got you covered.
Yeah, no, it's only diecast. It feels that way, and he's wrong.
Yeah.
So, so I'll just shut up. Okay. So, is this part of this also like? Do we think that this is to counteract like all the leaks that we've had recently? Like Hasbro will reflexively like react. They'll react to stuff that happens sometimes. Do we think that has anything to do with that, or is it just?
I mean, at least one of these for this month would have been already planned, because when they were talking about some of the Wave 2 stuff on a previous stream, they said the pre-orders were going up in March. So I think one of these streams this month is just going to be, to catch up with the stuff that they hadn't shown yet, which has leaked, but also just to promote that the pre-orders are opening finally for the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I do recall them saying ahead of time that they were going to do 1 month with, a stream every week. I don't understand why it's March.
Well, I assume. Okay, I think there's two driving factors here. They knew they were going to have the Star Raiders, the Walmart capsule stuff go up, and they were going to need to promote that. They knew that their pre-order date for Legacy United Wave 2 was going to be about that same time too. So they were either going to have a really long stream and kind of split focus between those, or do 2 streams. And if they're going to do that, they could probably scratch up some other stuff then and just do more and make a whole event month out of it. That way too, they can cover the Walmart capsule. They'll probably do something for the Amazon capsule. They'll at least recap that, since we've got some of that. We might get first looks at like the Bludgeon and
Ruckus.
Thank you. 2-pack that we haven't actually seen any coverage for yet. They could do that as one. But this also then lets them have ones focused on the Legacy stuff. They can do another one that actually focuses on Studio Series stuff, because they usually will do one or the other, and then the other side feels left out. Like, if you see the discussions and places afterward, it's always, whoever didn't get the stream, it's like, okay, why was there only this? Why didn't they do stuff for us? Not the fans of that.
But you can rest assured they won't do one for Earthspark.
Well, no, probably not, because I think it's a different team. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with that.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that kind of just leaves the question of what the 4th stream for the month would be, but I mean, that could be just about anything.
Yeah. JT Prime in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, says that the Collectors Con preview is tomorrow, but the actual pre-orders will go up the 14th for the Collectors Con items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then be canceled on the 14th.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll still be waiting like for 3 years.
Or your order will be fulfilled, but it'll be scented candles or a Scooby-Doo t-shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or trampled to death in a grocery bag. Had one of those.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, luckily the toy survived, and I don't care about packaging, but yeah, that was an extremely flat override when it got to me.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I completely forgot that the Amazon exclusive sets were revealed?
No. Well,
No.
the funny thing is, I forgot about it until I was getting the show notes together this afternoon. And the thing about that is, I just talked to the other guys about that last night on There Goes My Money recording. So I managed to forget in less than 24 hours.
I forgot about it because this is one of those things that went out immediately after we recorded the show last week. So we've had a whole week to forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like Chop Shop and Barrage, I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they look really good. On Barrage, because like his chest is Bombshell's chest backwards
Mm-hmm.
with some new tooling on it, and it's got like some hollow spaces there, which if I understand correctly, is necessary for transformation. But the thing that gets me, like I can overlook some of it and just like pretend they're like intake vents or something, but it's where the mushroom peg is for the shoulder is blatantly obvious. And that's the one thing that kind of catches me about Barrage that just irks me a little bit. Other than that, it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be more excited about Windsweeper than I am.
Well, you should, except that it comes with that breakdown.
I just don't care for that breakdown.
I don't care about that breakdown at all. Windsweeper, I was hoping for just a little bit of retooling, like with the forearms, so it would have just small flip out guns like they did with Crankcase on the Skids mold, but alas, they just painted the Target Master silver. And
If it's any help, Non-F already has a kit set up, ready to go for when this. Actually, I think it's going to come out in advance of the set releasing. So, there will be some options if you want to differentiate that from Needle Nose for a small aftermarket fee.
Are they doing anything else with that bulkhead mold other than this?
They haven't so far. It's been bulkhead twice and now breakdown once.
Yeah.
Just the Amazon version.
It just seems
And
like
it's even worse at being breakdown than it is at being bulkhead.
yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
See, I don't know that I can 100% agree with that because it's at least closer to Prime Breakdown's body shape than it ever was to any version of bulkhead.
I kind of like the G1ification of the bulkhead, but to me, I just don't care for.
I don't dislike the toy at all, but I'm not crazy about the characters that they've chosen to put on the mold.
Yeah,
that's
this
fair.
mold, if anything, this mold should have been the G1ification of Movie Hound. And
Yeah.
Movie Hound was the moviefication of bulkhead, so like it pretty much follows that line. There's just the problem of they didn't want to call a movie character a non-G1 character name.
Yeah. Also, movie bulkhead and or hound are I mean, movie hound is not really good at a good analog to existing animation hound or bulkhead. So
Right.
Would have needed a new head sculpt for that.
But I mean, the shape, at least the shape of that first movie hound toy, was more of a bulkhead than a hound.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the good thing is if you like the bulkhead and you don't like the Windsweeper, I'm sure there'll be plenty of bulkheads available for sale for people splitting up the set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, breakdown. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying in jet mode, the Windsweeper looks really good. It's really close to the Trigger Con. And I think with those non-F upgrades, it'll be worthy of fitting in that character. It's just that breakdown is just, it'll be always the like, oh, I got this great looking Windsweeper and this other thing. It's just kind of there to fill the package.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure I want to go all in on the Deluxe and Tacticons, but I put the pre-order in for those just in case, especially after Pulse sold out of that set practically immediately. But like Windsweeper and Breakdown, I am absolutely holding on that until the price drops because the price on that is going to drop. There's no question in my mind that that's going to lay around long enough to get cut to half price.
Yeah. The Legacy United Cybertron Starscream spotted in Chile.
Did we even know this was a thing before today?
It's been on the list, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
It was so the product listings were abbreviated, so we were pretty sure it meant Cybertron, but there was also the possibility of it being Cyberverse. So this is the first 100% confirmation of which universe it's from. We pretty much thought it was going to be Cybertron though.
No,
gotcha.
I saw the pictures. I thought this was like a leaked sample. This was actually found at retail.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
in
All right.
in
I was
Chile.
okay. I was not.
So last week, just after the show, again at the same place in Chile, they got in copies of Legacy United Silverbolt and Sandstorm. So
Dang.
I don't know what's going on with the how the distribution's going out, but like those toys are made and done and in the air or on the sea, whatever. A lot of us in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, are kind of wondering if whenever this month the orders open up for the Wave 2 toys, if a lot of that is not going to be just like, yes, buy these now. It's not pre-orders, they're just in stock now because like they're definitely far enough along in the process that some of the retailers could already have them on hand.
I can't wait to see how tiny that Cyber Planet key is compared to the originals.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh wait, I didn't know it has one.
Yeah,
It does.
Interesting. I wonder if it does anything.
It plugs into the
Probably
gun.
not.
Yeah,
Probably
It plugs
not.
in. It
Okay,
does plug
okay.
in.
But that is actually accurate to the Voyager Cybertron Starscream, the original toy. The key port on the backpack didn't do anything. It was a dummy port. And to actually activate the gimmicks on that one, you would plug it into. Oh no, I'm confusing. It was the Supreme one where the dummy port was on the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
The Supreme Woman, I believe, if you plug the key in there, because I have that, it changed the sound effects that it made, which obviously is not going to
Oh.
happen here.
Yeah, and then the Voyager, you plug it in on the back, it flips out both the swords on the arms, and that's why the arms are kind of limited,
But
if I recall.
I am sure this will have the same functionality that the Armada toys have with their Minicons.
Yeah,
Zero?
Zero, yes.
yeah, you can look at the one photo where they've taken the shoulder sword piece off of the arm, and you can see an extremely manual mechanism for that.
Yeah,
i.e. a mushroom peg.
yeah. I mean, as it's packaged, the nacelles on the arms are not even attached. They're 5mm peg parts, so it's not even like complicated disassembly to show this. That's just how the toy comes, so that fits and works in the box correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Looks good though.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks really, really good.
It does. For whatever reason, I don't have specific nostalgia for that version of
Nor do I.
Starscream. Like if it was the Energon, I would feel a little more, a little more lovey-dovey with it. But
Yeah, it was it's based off of I think it's Don Figueroa's War Within design vaguely, so it was more or less our first pass at getting a Tetrajet in plastic. And like most of the other Tetrajet designs, it's not all, it is definitely not a flying D4, but I think of the attempts
Yeah.
we've had over the years, this is probably the best looking jet design out of all those. I don't know that I don't have any nostalgia for the character. I skipped Cybertron as an animation, but I do like that design, and I think I'm going to try and get this.
Oh, okay. Brian, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this gallery, there's actually a picture of the Cyber Key next to a Titan Master. And the answer may surprise you. All the way down the bottom.
Oh.
That's what I was expecting.
Oh.
It's
So-
literally half the size of a Titan Master.
So
Oh my.
if you go the Cyber Planet Key would have been like what, somewhere between talking U.S. currency or coins, like between $0.25 and $0.50, something like that.
Closer to a half
Yeah.
dollar, yeah.
And this
Yeah,
is
I'd
like
say.
a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the old Cyber Planet keys are what, about an inch in diameter, maybe a little more, depending on the trim on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I was just kind of scanning around to see if I actually had a Planet Key handy, but I don't seem to, alas.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, I mean
Sad.
that sounds about right, about an inch-ish along its widest dimension.
Yeah. Oh well.
But it's, I mean, no, I appreciate that they actually, committed some plastic to having that there just to represent the line's gimmick.
Absolutely. We're getting a Vector Prime, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully he'll have his like special Cyber Planet key when he comes out, because
Yeah, and if it's accurate to the original Hasbro release of Vector Prime, it'll be completely unpainted also.
Yeah, tragic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things that, like, at some point I want to go back and try to get the Takara release, the Galaxy Force Vector Prime, which had like brighter whites and more paint applications on the blue parts.
Yeah.
Like it's the more complete and more like I'm trying to remember too if the Takara one actually used harder plastic for the fold up, like the side not wings, but you know what I'm talking
Solar
about.
panel kind of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably did because there is paint on those in the Japanese release, and I'm pretty sure the soft plastic they used for the US would not hold paint.
Yeah. So I mean that's one of those things that I've always kind of had on my mind, and maybe one day I'll actually get around to that.
Yeah, I've been checking, honestly. I've been checking Surugaya for it, but no luck so far.
Oh well.
Yeah, I really like the Starscream. I want it.
Yeah.
Same.
Star Raiders leaks begin. Filch, Cannonball, Lockdown, and Ferrac, which is Ares are Legacy, Skids, Axle Grease, and Cyclonus.
I like Ferric,
It's pretty.
which is fortunate because it's going to be one Voyager per case, so there will be plenty on shelves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they can find a place to put them among all the cloud covers that are still there. Yeah, no, I mean, like people have been talking about like, Ferric will be easy to get because it'll go on clearance, but like cloud cover
Has not gone on clearance. No.
Cloud cover is going to be a year old in a few months, and it has not like even shown the slightest sign of getting marked down, which is
Well, maybe when this capsule comes out, then it finally will.
or Walmart
Go to
will just
Ollie's.
force Hasbro to buy them back, and they'll go to closeout. No, Ferric looks really nice. Like just when it was text listings for this stuff, Ferric was one thing that was like, I could probably just skip that and be just as happy. But no, that's actually really pretty, and it's such a good mold, and they did a lot of retooling on this, and like, damn it,
Yeah,
I
we
hate
decided
myself.
we decided he has a
Again.
new chest, right?
Yeah, a new chest, a new
A
head,
new head.
and the wings look like they're modified too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they're just like something stuck on the ends of the wings or if the wings themselves have actually been retooled.
I'm guessing stuck on the end because you can see a peg under on the bottom end of that one gun. So
Yeah, but like Kingdom Cyclonus's wings don't have receivers for peg-on attachments like that. So I think there's also some detailing on Ferric's wings that was not on Cyclonus, but I don't have Cyclonus handy in front of me to 100% confirm that.
Same.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the other stuff. It's very possible that like the chest and the wings might be on the same tooling. So if they modify one part, it's easy enough to then say, just, let's do the wings up a little bit differently too. They're only changing one mold still that way.
Yeah.
Filch looks to have a fair extensive bit of retooling too. It is the Kingdom Air Razor mold. You can see some of the remaining details there, but like the wings are very different. The heads are both different, robot and beast mode, you can tell. They've done quite a bit for this. Filch is a character from 2015 Robots in Disguise that had never had a toy before, or if Filch had a toy before, it would have been something like a tiny turbo changer equivalent like that, just some, little tiny thing. This is like the first proper figure for that character, which I'm sure everyone was clamoring for since that was a like throwaway one episode character. Is one of the first season monsters of the week, Decepticons, basically.
I mean, I'm happy to see those get molds, but yeah.
Yeah. Cannonball is pretty much exactly what we expected it to be, which is a retool of the Skids and Crankcase mold family. They've retooled it. It has a new front end for the vehicle mode, a new head, and they've also replaced one of the hands with a connector for external tools like the Red Alert mold that Cannonball was originally made from had.
I appreciate the amount of retooling they did on this. I really do. But I still can't get rid of skids in my local stores. If I drive down the interstate an hour, then they have crosscut there in place of skids. Like, I'm sick of looking at this mold.
Like I said, I think in pre-show, it has one of the most infuriating design decisions I've ever seen on a Transformer figure since I've started collecting again as an adult, which is that just like the original Cannonball, it has a paint app to look like an eye patch over one side of the face, and then they didn't black out the visor to match it.
Mm-hmm.
So pointless two-tone face because reasons.
I mean, it's like a sad version of Chakotay. I mean, if you stop and think about it.
No, Chakotay is the sad
It's a sad
version of
I was
version
gonna
of
Chakotay.
say.
Yeah.
So obviously on the original Cannonball, the eye patch problem was because of how the toy is assembled. The eyes were light piped, there was a separate element in the head, and the painting is done before assembly. I don't recall entirely for sure, but I imagine the comic book portrayal of Cannonball from FunPub probably accurately reflected how that deco worked. So now that's just what Cannonball looks like, unfortunately. JT Prime is in our Discord, says that Filch has new shins also, in addition to the other parts that I called out. Cannonball has new shoulders and a new roof, and apparently a cyber planet key hanging from the back end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do see that.
So talk about Ferric and Filch and Campbell. Oh yeah, there's just Lockdown left to talk about.
Do we have to?
Your favorite.
Yeah. So the unfortunate realization I came to after seeing Lockdown in full was that Axle Grease probably its retooling was all along intended to be Lockdown, and they released it as another character first. Because all they've done for this Lockdown is put a new head on it, but like the way everything kind of lines up for all the color maps and everything and the shapes, like yeah, that those parts are Lockdown parts, and they always have been. Now, mind you, I'm not happy about that at all. It also explains why Axle Grease came with that hook that like there's nowhere to go with it in the alternate mode, and all you can do is plug it into the gun barrel and stick it over the hand. Like it just kind of makes perfect sense. Lockdown should have been a retool of Legacy United Chase. Like there's no two ways about it. The vehicle mode is a great match for that. The way the robot mode is built and laid out supports Lockdown really
Robot
well.
mode proportions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing that they made Chase that way, and it did not end up being Lockdown yet. But yeah, I mean, just based on my experience with Axle Grease, and you know the ongoing problem of that mold family's friction hinge elbow joints that tear off before the bicep swivel engages, like. I am really not pleased with this decision. Also, it's a Lockdown that's the size of a normal deluxe. It's too small.
It's too small. He should be tall. He should be lanky. This is pretty squat and like thick. The car proportions are incredibly wrong. And I don't think this looks bad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
That's why I'm sitting here looking at Mitten Sold Box Beast Wars Rampages on eBay instead of talking about.
So what's the pricing situation like on those?
The best price, and honestly the one I'm looking at looks pretty good, is $275. But they go up to upwards of like $1,300 for a sealed metals version, not the Versus set, just the metals version. eBay is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if it helps you any, the Hasbro version is actually a little bit more accurate in general to what Rampage looked like in the show. There is a deco variation of Hasbro Rampage, where one version it gets like extra silver paint on the chest weirdly instead of the like copper color. And I don't know if you can identify that from a sealed box, but I mean, if you intend to just leave it in the box forever, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. Any other thoughts on these four?
Well, JT Prime did make the suggestion when he reposted this stuff on TFW a little while ago. We may get to see more of these tomorrow, and possibly Thundertron and Road Pig. for the first time also.
My thought is I don't care which deluxes get short packed in this
Yeah.
assortment because I don't care.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah. Thundertron, but he's already out.
Another one.
A
different,
different one.
a
A,
different.
the leader
a different
price point.
size class, yes.
Okay.
I know, right? First look at Studio Series B-movie Starscream from Takara Solicits. I love it when we hear B-movie because I think of that Jerry Seinfeld movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
They also open up pre-orders for their release of Tidal Wave, if anybody cares. Obviously, it's not any different.
Yeah, it's not any different. Why
No.
would we care?
Just going for completeness here, Diecast.
What size point? What price point is Starscream?
Core
He's a
class.
core class.
It
I
actually
thought
looks
we were
pretty-
done with the core classes. Is this like possibly the last one?
This one
might be.
had already been announced, yes.
It's
and we-
terrible.
And we still haven't heard
Core
anything
I
about.
don't think so.
I think it looks
Yeah.
great.
I don't think it looks bad, but the first thing I thought of when I saw that was that $14 Voyager price point Cyberverse figure that they repackaged for Earthspark. It's almost like a Jumpstarter kind of vibe to me, where it just kind of folds over and the hands tuck in. It's just I hope there's more to it than that, but that's what I get. It's just like it's a very it doesn't look like it does anything really unique that we have seen that core class has been able to do before, like the original Starscream.
For core class, I think it looks great.
I don't think it looks good.
It looks-
I don't know.
looks-
Maybe it'll be better in hand, but the stock photos and whatnot. But
Well, if you want this, I know Diecast does, I'm talking to other people. If you want this, I would recommend grabbing an Amazon pre-order as soon as that becomes available, whenever that becomes available, because from what I'm hearing, Walmarts all over the place are dropping support for core class in both lines.
Well, my local Walmart has
clearancing out what's there now.
Yeah, well, mine are on the clearance row, but they're stickered at regular price, but they're not on the actual row itself. So
My core classes are currently there are two different clearance prices for different waves. One's at $9 and one's at $7.50.
we have a freezer left. He just doesn't have his head, but everything else is spikes and bomb
Yes,
bursts.
if I needed a spike, I could get a whole lot of them for $9 a piece right now.
Yeah. We have first. We have is in hand photos of.
Yeah.
Sunstreaker from the 5-pack.
Yes, which is notable because, these are photos that just some person took in whatever lighting they have, and the yellows are still consistent.
Yeah, I didn't know. They're not posed in a way that looks like dynamic, like it's product photos, but it's in a light box. It looks like, or it's the background's cut out. I don't know how.
The background's cut out.
Yeah, it is very. Yeah, it's consistent. It looks great. It looks like it's supposed to look.
And it looks even better when compared to the Kingdom Sunstreaker when you see just how bad that color matching was.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, in these pictures though, which one is the one we're getting? The left or the right?
The left.
The one with consistent colors, Don.
Okay, well, I mean, on my screen, it looks like they're the same mold.
They are.
They
It's-
are the same mold.
It's just the one on the left
one
is
has
more
clear plastic and one does not.
Don's
looks
actually
good.
One
looking
has a
at it on
consistent shade of
green
yellow,
screen.
the other one does not.
Yeah,
Well,
Don,
why
Don
the-
actually still has a green screen, so
No,
we
no, I mean,
understand.
Yeah.
The
Why
Windows 98 monitor.
why are they so different visually? Did they change the yellows or something, or what? I don't get why I'm seeing two of them and which one is which.
Yeah, they're a little bit different. Yes,
Optimus
And-
Prime. 2 Optimus Primes.
the
No,
the
no, I'm
clear
being
window is now regular plastic
Opaque.
that has
Yep.
been painted.
Okay,
The
so one
window
is
has been-
one is an earlier production sample, one is a more
No,
The one on the
Don.
right, the one on the right came out in Earthrise 4 years ago.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was the same mold. I'm sorry.
This should be the birth of Double Donvoy. That should I wish
Yeah.
I could squeeze that in.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did not realize that was Earthrise Sunstreaker. I thought what we saw was an earlier pick versus a later
Sorry,
pick.
Don.
That's
you,
what I was confused about.
you just got a Headmaster's reference in for me. So like the episode Birth of the Fantastic Double Prime or whatever the English translation is, like the dub it's called what Birth of Double Convoy or whatever it is. Sorry.
I mean, I don't come across as stupid. It's just
no, you're not stupid.
honestly, I wasn't sure of the context on what I was seeing because I forgot all about Earthrise Sunstreaker. To be
Okay, yeah,
honest.
this is part of this 5-pack we'd been talking about before, where everything gets
Yeah,
opaque
yeah.
windows. Yeah,
I
so
forgot that Sunstreaker existed. That's what was throwing me off.
We all block out
Okay.
painful memories, Don. It's okay.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean it's justified to block out memory of Earthrise Sunstreaker. It was terrible. The mold was okay. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it was okay. It was just the colors that were the horrible problem, and that's been corrected now, admittedly in a $110 box set, but it comes with 4 other toys, so that's probably fine.
That also all look really good. So.
Yeah.
yeah. The yellow's gotten like to the same kind of like slightly more orangey yellow that most of the bumblebees end up being.
Yeah.
Looks good. So
Yeah.
Don, for the way that you would contextualize this, the good Sunstreaker is the one that looks like Velveeta. The other one, the older one, is the one that looks like Great Value American cheese.
Okay, I got that. Thank you.
But no, my original intent in highlighting this was just that this is, pictures that somebody out there took in whatever lighting they have and probably have not retouched afterward to, do anything with the tones or the colors. Like, this is right now the best we have for what those colors are actually going to look like when this comes out. And it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have to go back and watch Headmasters, the dubbed version. That'll recharge my fan batteries. Okay, so not like a fan, but my fandom batteries.
Yes.
It's Optimus Prime. It's Rodimus Prime. Now there are 2 Optimus Primes.
Yeah. What else do we have?
We also have photos in hand from the same source, I think, of Shard, the rock helicopter.
The poop copter.
I forgot about this.
The Rockter.
It doesn't do anything for me still.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Good. Get it.
Yeah.
They just need to repaint this as Black Arachnia from Animated Prime or Prime.
Arachnid.
Oh,
Arachnid.
yeah.
Arachnid, yeah, and it'll be perfect.
Did she transform into a rock?
No.
Just all
It was
no, she was a
No.
terrible helicopter. So just
No,
all
she-
black.
She didn't turn into a rock. She turned into, for PG purposes, poop.
Yeah.
I mean, when the core class of your toy, when the Legends class of your toy is better than the Deluxe, there's a problem.
Yeah.
So in our Discord, I just want to go back to the last thing. LeSaber said, Don shouldn't feel bad. I forgot that there was an Earthrise Sunstreaker until I saw the 5-pack. I do a Transformers podcast every week. I am as dedicated and hardcore a Transformers fan as you'll find. I forget this stuff because I'm a middle-aged man. And I have kids that are young. It's you can't keep everything in your head unless you're Chris.
And I got 20 years on Brian, so
No, you have 10 years on me, Don. You're not that much older than I am.
oh.
So cool. Okay. Rumor from a supposedly credible source says Lego Bumblebee is coming this summer. Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be, according to the rumor, $89.99 and about 900 pieces. So it's going to be, obviously rather smaller than the Lego Optimus Prime. Supposedly, it's also being designed by Joe Kide.
Oh, well, good. Joe's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
And he did an amazing job on the Optimus Prime Lego set. So
he certainly did.
that's encouraging.
Yeah, I definitely have confidence in that aspect of it. I just I have a hard time personally envisioning how a that much smaller and resultantly less complex kit would be able to do the same kind of things the Optimus Prime one is doing.
Well, just remember Built to Rule. That was just as good as the Lego Optimus Prime.
Okay, now you're just being insulting to Joe Hyde.
No, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. Did not mean that.
I mean, I got my Lego Optimus with Dononomics for about $105. I don't know whether I'll even get Bumblebee or not, to be honest, because I haven't put my Lego Optimus together.
Well, if you're able to Dononomics and Optimus Prime down to 105, you could probably Dononomics and Bumblebee down to where somebody pays you to take it.
Aw.
But we did hear that the Lego Transformers were going to continue.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked it's not
Soundwave.
I
Soundwave.
expected
Yeah.
Soundwave.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, he transforms into a block. Come on, Lego. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that was an easy, that was one in my head. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that can definitely transform, no problem,
Yeah.
with made out of Legos. But
Mhm.
I'm excited to see this. This is a lot more exciting than everything else we talked about so far to me.
And Chris, we know you have to get this because it transforms into a Volkswagen.
Well, we will see. So I will say, depending how that aspect of it turns out, $90 is a lot more approachable to me than the 170 or whatever the Optimus Prime was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if it does end up being a thing, the other thing too is being a high-end Lego kit, it will be available for a while, and I don't have to rush and try to get one immediately because you can still get Lego Optimus Prime easily at its SRP. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, the downside is Lego sets very rarely go on sale.
Right.
And generally, like Target, if you buy certain Lego sets, you'll get a gift card.
Mm-hmm.
But until something like the Eternals or the Lightyear, when an entire line just finally is clearance to get rid of it,
Yeah.
you don't see Legos going on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legos don't go on sale. That's. I think
Walmart does occasionally clearance out the previous product year's lineup, whatever leftovers they have. But yeah, specific themes and stuff, they don't go on sale while they're current. And high-end kits never get price reduction because
we talked about this
Lego
last
doesn't want
week.
to devalue their brands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally talked about it last week. Okay. It's true, but this is how Chris wrote it.
I use predictive text, let's put it that way.
Take a drink. Brian just pre-ordered Dr. Wu's Grand Galvatron 2-pack. So there are 3 of them.
Yeah.
I only did 1, but I did just pre-order it.
I'm going to pre-order the Toy Colors one.
I pre-ordered the animated version.
It's only what, $30?
$28.99 on Big Bad Toy Store.
You know which one I would order?
The reformatting one.
No.
I did the animated color.
I would do the one with Unicron.
They all come with Unicron.
Oh, they all come with a Unicron?
No,
Yeah.
They come with Unicorn.
Grand Galvatron.
It's
Yes,
Grand Galvatron.
Unicorn.
Yes.
This is
They
Unicorn.
all come with Grand Galvatron. That's the point.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Each one is a Unicorn and a release of their previous mini Galvatron with a new head sculpt, if I understand correctly. So there's one of those with a Toy Colors Galvatron, one of those with a Cartoon Colors Galvatron, and one of those with a reformatting Deco Galvatron.
It looks great.
Did we know about this ahead of time? Because I could have sworn that Diecast already had something strikingly similar to this.
I do.
It came. It's
Yeah,
okay.
that's a different one. The Dr. Wu one will be smaller than that.
Okay.
That one was like $90 or something stupid.
I don't remember who made that.
It was either New Age. I think it was New Age is the ones that did it.
Okay,
if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
that sounds
I had
right.
it pre-ordered and canceled it. It looks great, but this is much cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, this is Unicorn. Soon the Earth will be part of him.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Hey, that's the second Headmasters reference.
Good week.
Yeah, it's a
Good week.
Good week. Okay, let's jump to what we got this week then. We'll talk about Transformers we got, and for patrons, we'll talk about other non-Transformers. So
Miscellany.
Miscellaneous. Don, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, Brian. I only got one thing on topic this week. I got in the next. Speaking of Legends class figures, I got in the next set of Iron Factory's Lio Kaiser. I got
cool.
in Kill Bison.
Nice. What do you think?
He just came the other day. I haven't had a chance to transform him yet. He does come with, just like Drill Horn, he does have the leg attachment to give it.
You mean the whole leg, and he's the attachment to the leg?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if this is going to be relatively in scale with the rest of their Legends class figures, Lao Kaiser does need to be bigger. But I mean, you get multiple chest options with the breast animal, without the breast animal, the spears, several pairs of hands, and U.S. retail is running about $60 from domestic suppliers. I got this from Shozi for $35 shipped. So
Nice.
I mean, a nice little Legends class Lio Kaiser. I'm definitely in on that. But yeah, that's all.
At that price, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's got really great detail.
Yeah,
It's got all the weapons you need. And I like the fact, because like I said when I got Drill Horn, even Fans Toys and Zeta have used these sort of add-on shells to give it more stability that the character just sort of fits on or fits into. So the colors match perfectly. So when it's assembled, I expect it to be very stable for a combiner. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's kind of a very specialized GoBots puzzler when you get down to it, isn't it?
Kind of. I wish someone would do a third-party puzzler, but
Well, I mean, we're halfway there at this point. So
yeah. We're 2 down and 4 to go.
Yeah.
I think Leozak is next.
Yeah,
And as I said, they are doing a Death Cobra. So if you always wanted to have Lao Kaiser with Death Cobra, they're doing him too.
Nice.
Cool.
And that's all I got on topic.
Matt, did you get anything?
I did. So I got the retro 40th anniversary Soundwave and Laserbeak and Ravage.
What do you think?
I think it's gorgeous. I really love it. Do miss the die-cast plastic in it though. He's very. I'm not used to this toy being this light, but it looks astounding, and I am disheartened that it's been 40 years and G1 Ravage is probably still the best toy Ravage has ever gotten.
It's really not that bad, except for being kind of flat.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the Masterpiece, I like the Masterpiece more than most people do, but yeah, G1 Ravage is still at least the second best toy Ravage has ever gotten. And from the clearance, outlet category on Hasbro Pulse, I got the repaint of Armada Hotshot, the red one. And he's okay. Like, I'm not in love with the figure or anything like that, but he's fine. This is the color I had of Hotshot in Armada, so I wanted to get this one. I just wasn't paying like upwards of $40 what it originally cost. So this cost about 30, 31, I think, and it comes with a bunch of blast effects and actually has his Minicon, which turned out really well, I must say. But that's it for me for on topic.
Quick question before we move on. You said no die-cast metal in that Soundwave.
His feet are still metal, I believe.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask, because I was wondering if plastic feet affected his like stability on the shelf at all.
Actually, they don't feel like metal. I honestly can't tell if they're metal or not.
Okay,
but he stands just fine.
Good.
Cool. Diecast, you get anything?
Oh yeah, I was at NJCC last weekend.
Oh.
Which I saw Miguel, which was really cool. I got a stand for the Arc. And it's just like 3D printed, and then it's got like a wing nut on it, so you can loosen it and adjust it however you want. And it's got the little Arc on the front. So I got one for not only the Arc, but the Nemesis as well. And then it's got the Energon bridges that go across from ship to ship.
Oh.
Yeah, and they actually attach to each ship loosely, but they do attach, which is pretty cool. They had it set up on display there. So that was cool, because I do want to display the Arc in ship mode, So and also the Nemesis. I've never even transformed the Nemesis into robot mode. So
You're not missing out.
yeah, I didn't think so from what I saw. Um, the other thing I got, and Chris, you'll like this. I got, and I don't have it down here to show off because it's so big. It's actually still sitting in my car. I got Toy World Constructor Devastator in orange.
Ah,
I hate
you made the correct
Nice.
choice. I see. Well done.
I hate you because mine got canceled.
Oh no.
And yeah, because
Tragic.
BBTS had the clear orange one for $299. It was canceled, and the solid orange ones run anywhere from $600 to $800.
Ugh.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
everywhere online is about at least 600 to 800.
From the
Well,
sound
when-
of things, you did not pay that diecast.
no. And
Nice.
originally when it came out, or when it was pre-ordered, I pre-ordered it on TF Source, and I think something happened. Either it never came out and I got frustrated and just or it eventually came out, but it took forever and I got frustrated and canceled it, or the price might have went up before it actually came out and I got frustrated and canceled it. So seeing this there, I've never seen one before, and it was never opened. It was someone who just bought it and then it sat in a corner, like I do sometimes. And
Yes, Diecast, go sit in the corner. You know what you did.
yeah.
Like he does sometimes, says the guy with stacks of unopened boxes behind him.
And stacks of Omega Supremes we can see in frame. And
So I walked away and I was like, and plus I already have that mold. I have that in a cell shaded uh Devastator, which
Mhm.
is absolutely awesome and I love it. But it's really the only orange Devastator that we've gotten.
Well, Generation Toys and Toy World both did orange versions, but they're all very difficult to find without paying a lot. Diecast, can I ask how much you gave for it?
he's holding up 3 fingers, so I assume, less than an arm and a leg.
$300, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Well, he was holding the 3 fingers on his right hand. We didn't see his left hand, so he might be missing the digits
No.
on that
May have
side.
just wanted
No.
Don to read between the lines. It's hard to tell.
No, it wasn't that either.
I'm very happy for you, Diecast. I hate you with the white hot. I hate you with the white hot intensity of 1,000 burning suns, but I'm
Yeah,
glad
what
you
else
got a
is
good
new?
deal.
Yep. And then the last thing I got was the Zeta Toys little legend scale.
Oh, who is that? Is that Skydive?
That is Skydive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Skydive. And the reason I got this is because the first one I got, I broke. They sent me replacement parts, and I broke it even more trying to put the replacement parts in
I've done that.
because tiny figures, and the part that broke really, like, you have to disassemble almost the whole thing. And I'm pretty good at replacing pieces, but it did not go well on this one.
Did they ever so they're finally finishing that set?
It's done.
Good. Okay, because it was like the first three forever.
I don't remember, to be honest. I just remember breaking mine and being really frustrated and then re-breaking it when I got a replacement piece. So that's all I got Transformers wise.
Real quick, Rob, update on Soundwave. The feet are metal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Daltinian95 in our Discord also confirmed that Soundwave and the tapes are still diecast parts. They're just that on the tapes, at least they're like thickly painted over.
Yeah, I'm
Ah.
sorry. I could have confirmed that. I just didn't think to. Yeah.
Hey, it's confirmed. That's what matters.
Yeah. Rob, you have anything to confirm?
Nothing on topic because the post office seems to have forgotten which post office I live nearest to.
No, that's
Do you have anything to deny?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Chris, what about you?
Oh yes. So I also got from Hasbro Pulse's clearance, outlet section, the Power Links Hotshot, and very pretty toy. But just like it was with the Shattered Glass Sideswipe that Matt gave me, what I'm really impressed with is that new mold Minicon. Um, like that Jolt looks like and does everything the original Armada Jolt Minicon did, including like you can do the helicopter hat thing over its head. Like it's got the jointing for that and everything. Which I think is actually more even than the 2008 Universe copy of that was able to do. So like they really nailed all the original function. They gave it
And this
elbows.
one has heel spurs, so it
That's
can
what I was gonna
stand.
get to. Like that's the most important change they made to this. The elbows, I could live without those. They put heel spurs on that thing so it can actually stand up with the propeller on the back like it's supposed to be and not just tip backwards. If you remember ever handling the original Armada Jolt, you had to either bend that thing forwards or put the helicopter blades up over the head, which was really funny looking, but it's not, what the toy was supposed to be doing. So like, yeah, they did a really good job with that. I love the color that it turned out in person too. It's one of those colors I don't think photographs right because there's just not like an equivalent for that in RGB color space. But like it's a really good approximation of how it looked in the cartoon, and it is that important like midpoint between the original toy and Power Links toys Minicon colors. So like it covers all the bases as best it can. Also, the extra guns are fine. They're a little bit like they're kind of just blocky and not super detailed or anything, but it's neat to have them. And unfortunately, one of the blast effects that came with this has a like severely bent tip on mine, so it's not
Yep,
super useful.
mine too.
Okay, well then I don't have to feel special anymore.
Hmm.
I also got, not from Pulse, on Amazon, tfradio.net/Amazon, incidentally. Um, I got the War Dawn 2-pack, the Dion and Ariel, which when I bought that, it had been reduced down to $29.50.
Dang.
So that
Wow.
that seemed like the right time to go ahead and grab that.
When you open it, you'll find out why.
Well, so I did not open it, but it's funny you mentioned that because I did shake the box a little bit, and there's definitely loose pieces rattling around in there already.
It's Dion's arm.
So yeah, I got that for a little over half price. I got that for under $30. At the same time, I decided to go ahead and pick up the Reactivate, Optimus, and Soundwave 2-pack because when I got a new computer back in November, I didn't realize at the time, but there was basically a $30 rebate offer in the form of Amazon credit.
Oh.
So I've been sitting on that for a while, and I applied that to the order. So I actually got this 2-pack then for $30 out of pocket because Amazon had this rolled back to about 60. So I will say for the Optimus Prime, it looks fantastic in both modes. Like I really love the styling of the truck, the robot's proportions, and just the way they like played with what an Optimus Prime looks like. Really good. The articulation's great. It's nice and big. You can tell it wasn't designed in the last 5 years. Like it's really impressive looking in both modes. I'm really happy with that. It's a pain to transform. Literally, I hurt myself transforming this.
Oh man, video
yeah,
game Optimus Primes are just cursed, aren't they?
Yeah, so like you remember when we saw the pictures of it first, we were talking about how like it looked like kind of favors classics Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of does, but you have to think of it in the filter of if they had designed classics Optimus Prime in 2011. And that's kind of where this is at. It is definitely like overcomplicated compared to what it would need to be to do what it's doing. And like in a sense, almost like it's just trying to justify its parts count. The process might get a little bit easier as I go through it more. This just came in today, so I haven't had a ton of time to mess with it. But like that first experience transforming it was not super positive. It does some interesting tricks, and it does something kind of similar to Studio Series 38 Optimus with how the feet fold around and kind of sit in the middle of the where the trailer hitches over. But yeah, like at least visually, this is really nice. So, when you put it in the mode you prefer, you can leave it there and just enjoy it like that. And it's a perfectly good toy. It is not a fun transformer. Soundwave, on the other hand, Also looks good in both modes. Very much more straightforward to transform. And like I had a little bit of trouble getting the back wheels to line up perfectly because there's like a tab and slot system on both sides to kind of secure it and guide the stuff into place. Unfortunately, with those, if anything's just a little bit off, like the tab will friction push itself out of the slot. And I had that going on a little bit until the part started to relax a little bit. It's not so bad now, but it is still a little bit wobbly on its wheels. You can tell they're not quite aligned, and I just can't get them to seat in any better. But like otherwise, it's very sturdy. Like all the body panels and everything fit together flush, and there's no like structural weakness to it or anything. It's a little bit weird having Soundwave's tape door be the hood of the truck, but like overall, it's really neat looking. And I like that on one of the guns, like there's two 5mm ports on the roof of this. Soundwave's like classic gun with the the flared out silver part that's supposed to run sideways along the back. The other gun is supposed to point forward on the peg over the doors, and that gun actually has a hinged handle, so you can have that be like a little mini gun on top of it, and swiveled around in the peg hole and pitch it up and down. So Soundwave can actually aim at stuff in vehicle mode. It's a nice little extra touch. You can tell these were designed years ago. Like both of these toys would not fit into a price point today for how much bigger and how much more material there is to them compared to a modern equivalent toy. So like I would say any hopes of seeing these in a format outside of these two packs is a non-starter. I don't think there's any way they could fit these into the current retail structure. Which is a shame because like I would not be opposed to say a new Soundwave version of this Soundwave, or like Animated called it electrostatic Soundwave for the white version. There's definitely possibilities for these molds, but yeah, I unless it's in another two pack, I don't think we're gonna see them again. I still might pick up the Starscream and Bumblebee at some point, but I'm probably gonna wait until that just like naturally goes on sale, which I'm sure will happen because I think Ben McRae was promising that there would be more supply of these sets coming sometime this year, I think. So I don't think availability is going to be a problem for whether these go on discount. What else did I get? I think the only other thing I have to talk about is what Diecast got me for my birthday. Now, yes, my birthday was a while ago, but it's not Diecast's fault because what he got me off of my Amazon wish list, tfradio.net/Chrislist, we knew going in was a pre-order and it was not going to come out till March. So, this came in the other day. It is Studio Series Rise of the Beast Wheeljack, which, I was interested in
Cool.
because it turns into a little Volkswagen bus. And when I say a little Volkswagen bus, it's very, very little as a Volkswagen bus. It doesn't actually scale with anything. It's about half the size of any other deluxe vehicle. Which I mean is unfortunate if I want to have it like, interacting with any of my other Volkswagen themed Transformers. Like it's even smaller than Code Red, which is itself unfortunate because like they should be about the same size in vehicle mode. I think in some dimensions it's actually smaller than Netflix Bumblebee. It is teeny tiny. It's kind of ridiculous how small it is. Um, but it does come together as a pretty clean representation of a Volkswagen bus, the original, classic looking uh VW bus, like the kind that I really like a lot. And like for that capacity, I really like this. The robot mode is fine too. Some of the articulation's a little bit weird, which seems to be a consequence of how the transformation is engineered. But it works pretty well for how the robot mode is set up. I think even more than Reactivate Optimus Prime, this is a nightmare to transform. There is like the whole front half of this thing, as you're going into vehicle mode, most of the parts and panels all need to clip through the same space at the same time, and it's extremely difficult to find a way for them to coexist peacefully. I spent a really long time trying to figure out how to get the parts from one mode to the other, and I did have some separable pieces pop off in the process through no fault of my own, in my opinion. It just is not designed great for like making clearance for everything to go where it needs to go. So I do really like this for having an official transformer of the kind of Volkswagen that's one of my favorite car designs. Uh, but man, this could have been so much better if they would have just made it a Voyager. That's my one really downside with this. It is just it's too small as a deluxe, both in the volume it occupies and just what it's having to do in the amount of space and material it has. This would have been perfect as a Voyager, and it just kind of got shortchanged by where it fit into the assortment system. But Diecast, thank you so much for getting this for me.
Oh, no
I
problem.
really appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Well, hey Chris, considering how small it is, if somebody wants the representation of that character, would they be better off getting the 2-pack that includes the Rhinox?
If they just want the character, like have acknowledging that I have not handled the weaponizer one or the mainline deluxe from the 3-packs, like probably they would still be better getting one of those just to represent the character because the transformation's got to be simpler on either of those than it is on this. If they want something that is specifically identifiably precisely that Volkswagen alt mode, this is the only way to go. But that's all I got this week on or off topic.
Cool. Okay. So last week I had Missing Link Convoy, the toy version, the anime version, the ones minus the trailer. One minus the trailer came this week. I'm selling it. It's going on my eBay list. It's not the version I pre-ordered both, having actually received the toy version. It's definitely the superior one, so I don't need that. So it's going on my eBay list through the Hasbro Pulse outlet sale. I got that Bumblebee Optimus Prime 2-pack, the core class.
Oh yeah,
trailer. It's not bad. It's not like the best thing in the world, but it's not bad.
Well, I'm surprised they found another use for the Earthrise trailer.
I get that. I get the joke.
Nice. Because it's small.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll be honest with you, Don. I thought that's what it was when I ordered it. But it's so small. So I guess this is an original piece specifically for the set. It's amazing they made it. So it's pretty nice. Last thing I got to go with my Unicron collection, my sealed Unicron collection. I got Armada Unicron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I already have Armada Unicron, but now I've got one sealed. So
Going to go for a sealed Energon Unicron?
got one.
A
Nice.
sealed HasLab Unicron?
No, just this
He
mold.
wishes it was still sealed.
Yeah, just that I'm only going sealed for this mold. So the 25th anniversary edition.
The platinum one.
No, I've got.
Oh yeah, those were separate releases.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, there was an Amazon release too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I forget which one I don't have. So I don't have that one at all. I don't have it sealed. So I need the green one sealed because I've got the green one, but I don't have it sealed. But there's no window on that one, so that one's a fudge. That one I might not get.
Yeah.
Because I already have the toy.
Yeah.
But the 25th, I think, is the one that I need in general, but sealed. So that's what I got this week. Ham sandwiches. Rob.
Got a few minor things. Well, one's not so minor. I got a new microphone, which I hope sounds okay.
It sounds good. What'd you get?
Saw a bunch of YouTube people just saying that if you wanted an inexpensive microphone, the Fifine AM8 was pretty good.
How do you spell
Fifine. It was like $55. It is both USB and XLR if I want to upgrade using some kind of like mixer. And it has solved all of the noise problems on my YouTube videos. And I finally figured out good settings in Audacity for noise reduction, which has been dogging me for what feels like centuries now. So I managed to get that all nailed down, so it's not really added much of anything to my Flail Through's production timeline, which I probably told the story before. I'll be brief. It was funny when I was in the hospital. A couple of my friends got some videos together for me, and they said to me when I was back, "Your format is really great because you can put one of these videos together in like 15 minutes." And it's like, yes, because I don't know when I'm going to have time to do it. So that is why it is like that. But yeah, it's worked great for that. I had to get a stand to go with it since it is kind of a desk mic that is a laptop stand, which brings it up to mouth level, but also gives me a place to hang my headphones. So that's,
Yes.
yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, that has been very good, good so far. Really, feels good, sounds good, all that good stuff. And I'm just trying to remember not to breathe directly into it. Beyond that, I got a few minor modeling things. A couple of years ago, somebody sold me the Master Grade Rick DS. I finally put it together. The shoulder armor was loose, so I got some matte clear paint to thicken up the tabs. Worked like a charm. Turns out Bandai also makes a parts separator. So I got one of those and needed it almost immediately on a Super Mini Pla I was putting together because I put the ankle joint in upside down. Also got a glass file, which really does polish things to an absolute shine. And I'm going to probably experiment with that on like taking off nub marks and the like. I've been told by our friend Spidey Wing that if I go over the shiny parts with the magic eraser, it will take them back to basically base plastic color. So that seems like a good way to just get off, cut marks from runners and things. So gonna give that a go. And I think that is everything at the moment.
Diecast?
Yeah, I got some more Mythic Legions figures. They have the like skeleton ones, which are pretty cool. Really enjoying this line still. I bought a whole bunch at NJCC, but I only brought one down to talk about. They're kind of hard to explain to go through all of them, but I'll probably post pictures on my Twitter once I get the shelving set up because I got the black lights set up in the cases already for them.
Nice.
Because some of them are actually black light reactive. And that'll be on my Twitter at Diecast2, and if I remember, on Blue Sky at Diecast2. The other thing I picked up was a Hot Toys Iron Man and a Hot Toys Vision while I was at NJCC.
Which Iron Man?
I think 7.
Okay, it's not 5, so it doesn't count.
I'll have to double check though, because I'm not exactly sure which one it was. But basically they were running a sale 2 for $150.
That's
Okay,
good for
that's
Hot
not so
Toys.
bad.
Yeah. That's
Here I was thinking you dropped like $400 on Hot Toys while you were, dropping hundreds of dollars and everything else.
yeah, no. But yeah, that's all I got this week.
Matt?
Yeah, I got one thing. It's cruising Amazon. I found a small curiosity that piqued my interest. It is a small Star Trek handbook. It is the Ferengi Rules of Acquisition.
Yes.
Oh,
Sadly, it is not a complete list. All 285 rules are not here. It's just the ones that are canon, like established in show.
Mm-hmm.
I have read through a great deal of it, and it's kind of like reading Dawn's inner monologue. For example, rule of acquisition number 141: only fools pay retail.
Uh?
But there are a couple in here that are misses, but for the most part, they're all really entertaining. Sadly, I think there are only like 74 or 75 that are canon rules, so that's all that's in the book. But yeah, it's a fun little curiosity to have.
That's awesome. Don.
yeah, I got a couple of really great things. I mentioned this a few weeks ago just in passing, but ramen toys that Diecast got the non gray area mask Thunderwing for. They're doing a Brave Star figure. Well, that's not out yet, but another company called DSM did a 4-inch Brave Star figure
That's awesome.
that I found on eBay for $45 with free shipping, and everywhere else is selling them for $65 to $75. He comes with, as you saw, the gun, the hat. You can switch out the hat for the ponytail look. He has 4 different faces, 4 pairs of hands, a blaster, a stand, and it's extremely unlicensed because they basically just did the Brave Star logo, and the insert is from the Filmation animation showing off his powers of Hulk, Wolf, Puma, and Bear straight from the animation cell. So, yeah. So I picked that up. That was a fun thing. Another thing I picked up, I mentioned this last week, was I got from Mondo their 1/12 Mask of the Phantasm figure.
Okay.
And I got the bonus version, which was only about $25 more, that comes with the Andrea Beaumont upper torso with that you can have the scythe
That's
with.
so creepy.
That you can so you can have her like that one scene from the movie where she's not in the full Phantasm thing. You also,
Spoilers.
spoilers for a movie that's that old. Something else you can get, because I just want to show it off. You get a hand effect part that is the smoke that she
Nice.
throws from the gauntlet, and display base and everything else. So that was something I think is going to be a centerpiece of the Batman stuff that I've got, because it's just, even though it's a very simple sculpt, it's very vibrant. It's just incredible, and I just want to show. Well, I would show the box, but it just fell over. But yeah, I'm really really glad to have picked that up. The last thing I got this is more for people that know my penchants for Japanese tokusatsu. Finally, after a year on pre-order, I got Kamen Rider Faiza's complete selection modification Henshin belt.
You got a phone.
Well, I got a phone.
That's the part that's easy to show on camera.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a whole belt and all kinds of other stuff.
And it is
Yeah.
big.
Yep.
Yes. Faiza's
Don has been standing by for a year.
well over a year, because Amazon canceled my pre-order. So I did get this from Entertainment Earth, but the best part is I have been saving my Amazon reward points ever since I had my cataract surgery. When I use that as a credit to my card, I'll have gotten the complete selection modification for $250.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, which is less than half price. So this is something I've been waiting for a long time, and I'm just so glad to finally have my favorite Henshin belt from Kamen Rider.
Cool. Okay.
Also, one other shout out that I want to do. I didn't get this week, but I want to shout out off topic for Blade Raider.
Thanks, Blade.
Because
So I want to thank our patrons at Patreon.
No.
Go ahead, Don. I've got to go.
I'm sorry. I know. Real quick. Blade's sister-in-law and brother just welcomed their third Minicon, 8 pounds. And I just wanted to congratulate Blade and his family on the new edition. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I talked to his brother, and he said now he's got the third Minicon. He can form the Star Saber. So he's extremely happy about that. So congratulations to Blade and the family over there.
Picturing someone waving a stack of babies around, and it's great.
Cool.
Well, better to use them as a Star Saber than the Sky Boom, because you don't want to use babies as a shield.
Yep. Want to thank our
No.
patrons at patreon.com/tfradio. Patrons get an ad-free version of the show. Get it a day early. Doesn't mean 24 hours. A higher bit rate with a weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast. You get unedited episodes of RSC if Dawn drops a heavy swear or something like that. You get There Goes My Money a week early. Patrons at the Touch tier get to be on There Goes My Money. And it's recorded twice monthly. And Touch patrons also get to be mentioned on the show each week and listed at tfradio.net/credits. Want to thank Kevin Dorsey, Jacob Onlucia, Sean Bratton, Emmett Stresovich, Hector Bones, Jay Klein Rye, Joey Russell, Mike Armstrong, Rabbits, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Sean Hamilton, Sean Williamson, and Spider Bob. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate you. You can find everything we do at tfradio.net. We're on Twitter at tfradio and on Facebook at facebook.com/tfradio. You can find me at briankilby.com. Don, how do people get a hold of you?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. I can also be reached on Blue Sky at HMRC for EVR.bluesky.social as well.
Cool. Matt.
Melvar.bsky.social, and that's with 3 L's and 2 R's.
Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2, on Blue Sky at Diecast2, on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast, and on YouTube at RFC Reviews.
Very cool. Chris.
I'm on social media. I'm Chris RTXV on Blue Sky. Amazon wishlist again, tfradio.net/Chrislist, which works through the Amazon affiliate program to give back to the show if you should happen to send me anything. Also, I'm in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. It's the best place to talk about, nerdy and Transformers related topics. And it's basically the only place I talk about that stuff anymore. It's a great group of people in there. I love our regulars. Come be part of the fun. And if you want to see the stuff that I've done on the internet, playwithphotography.com.
Very cool. Rob?
robflails.bsky.social, which is connected to Flailthroughs, which is youtube.com/Flailthroughs, which I have been doing now for over 10 years. Just come see how much better I sound with this new microphone. If you would like to send me anything, tfradio.net/Claylist. And if you want to support the Flailthroughs thing, patreon.com/Flailthroughs, and I will leave it at that.
Cool. John DeLuna not here. He's at That John D everywhere. Rob Springer not here at Rob Springer on Twitter. Zonebase.org and at zonebase.bsky.social. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Recording stopped.
Okay, people watching live, I gotta go somewhere before Walmart closes so I can get something for my dog because he needs medicine. We will see you next week.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So let me buy Twitch and YouTube. I'm saying bye to you now.
Yeah, Rob, the best thing I can say about your new microphone is that I didn't even realize that you had made a change. So, like,
Is that the best thing you can say?
Well, he's got it sounding like